increase my understanding. My daily bread, that amazing. I'm talking about precepts. Precept on precept, line upon line, precept on precept, line upon line. Babe, I can't keep explaining, can't study for you. I can't think of.
We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat as stated in Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ, bless. Welcome to another edition of Precept Upon Precept. I'm Captain Matt.
Officer Micah.
Officer Sadiah.
Hey, we got a three-man crew tonight. You know what I'm saying? Cap had to handle some things, and so did Officer Yasser. So without further ado, you know you gotta boom. See that right there? See how I did that? See that one quick motion? Bow. Donate to the Booster Club. Donate. All right? We cannot keep the truth pushing without funds. All right? The scriptures say that money is a defense. Let's buy into it. But without further ado, let's go to Officer Michael with the Watchman Report. Take it away.
Shout out to the tech team. He said she drugged him and could kill somebody. Now she's accused of murdering a Super Bowl reporter. Look at her. Look at her. Telling you. Don't worry about it. Next article. Sadly, Trump is right on Ukraine. That's not the title I had. But, hey, go check this article out, because he was saying some things about Ukraine, about how they did not have the resources to sustain that fight. And he was right. Elon Musk is trying to get access to the child support database. He's trying to make some things change. He's trying to see if they're using the money for other things. All right, next article. All right, and this concludes the Watchman Report.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, man. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world with the Watchman Report, bro. Also, Michael, boy, some of the stuff that we run across, man. But let's not deter ourselves from the time at hand. All right? The time at hand is one of the best times to be alive. If you are not coming into this truth as a repentant Israelite, keeping the commandments of God, I don't know what you are doing with your life. I really don't. There is nothing else good that's going to happen in the world from this point forward. It ain't going back to what it used to be. It ain't going back to what it was. The good old days is gone. You understand? So let's get the art. Pull up the thumbnail. Look at this. Look at this here. You got indignant dragons and autonomous horns. Man, indignant dragons and autonomous horns. Hey, look up the word indignant. Let's look up the word indignant. That ain't a normal Negro word. Let's see what that's talking about.
Indignant, feeling or showing anger or annoyance at what is perceived as unfair treatment.
Ooh-wee. Now, that sounds a bit hit similar. Yeah. Go to some more of the words. Let's see what some of the words are. Some of the similar words. What you got?
We got aggrieved, resentful, affronted, disgruntled, discontented, dissatisfied, angry, distressed, unhappy, disturbed, hurt, pained, upset, offended, peeved, in high dudgeon, riled, nettled, vexed, irked, irritated, annoyed, put out, chagrined, peeved, miffed, aggravated, in a huff, cheesed off, browned off, cannot best pleased, sore, steamed.
So, I mean, it didn't have the word that I was looking for, because out of all of them words, the one that I was looking for is not in there. But it is in the scriptures, though. Let me get 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 30. 29. Start at verse 29. So it said, indignant dragons. Now, why would the dragons be indignant? And who are those dragons? And why are they indignant? Let's go to the scriptures. Let's see.
2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 29.
Uh-huh.
Where the nations of the dragons of Arabia shall come.
The nations of the dragons of Arabia. That's why on the thumbnail you had an Arabian with the half dragon face. Why? Because he is the dragon that the scriptures is talking about. Not the one in Revelation, the one in 2 Ezra. Read.
Shall come out with many chariots.
With their military.
And the multitude of them shall be carried as the wind upon earth.
Mm-hmm.
That all they which hear them may fear and tremble.
Everybody that sees Ishmael start to come together and get themselves together and unite, oh, that's going to be a fearful day for a lot of folks. It's going to be semi-joyous to us because we know the prophecies. And I say semi because we're praying that we make it out. We don't know for sure if we're going to make it out, but we praying that we're going to make it out. The scriptures say the righteous shall scarcely be saved. Read on.
Also, the Carmanians.
The Carmanians are the Iranians. The Carmanians are the Iranians. All right, read.
Raging in wrath shall go forth as the wild boars of the wood.
The Carmanians raging in wrath. That's indignation. Read.
And with great power shall they come and join battle with them.
Join battle with the dragons of Arabia. Oh, yeah, Iran going to jump in this thing, too. That's why when we get later on in the show, they trying to stop Iran from doing certain things. Read.
And shall waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians.
And they're going to waste a portion of the land of Israel. All right? So the time to be alive is now. The time to be alive is now. All right? And when I say alive, I'm talking about keeping the commandments. Just because you living don't mean you alive. All right? So let's go to article number 1.
President and the King of Jordan have both said that they won't take in displaced people from Gaza like you suggested. Is there anything you can do to make them do that? I mean, tariffs against those countries, for example?
They will do it. They will do it.
What makes you say that?
They're going to do it. Okay? We do a lot for them, and they're going to do it.
Bruh. Play it again. Play it again. Play it again. Play it again.
President and the King of Jordan have both said that they won't take in displaced people from
Stop.
Gaza.
So what they're asking DJ Trump is they're saying, look, Egypt has already said that they're not going to take in any Palestinian refugees. Because for one, that's their people and you kicking them out of their own land. They're not going to sit there and just welcome them into the land that you kicked them out of. No, they're not doing it. Play on.
You suggested. Is there anything you can do to make them do that? I mean, tariffs against those countries, for example?
They will do it. They will do it.
What makes you say that?
They're going to do it. Okay? We do a lot for them, and they're going to do it.
Hey, the dude said, look, they got a lot of people from Gaza going to have to be displaced. Egypt said they're not taking in nobody. Well, what do you say to that? How do you make them do it? Trump said they're going to do it. Yeah. They're going to do it. They're going to do it.
Hey, I was probably it's going to be great. You're gonna do. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be a great time for everybody. When you hit the hands, that's it. Like
That's what I'm saying. They say they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They control the world. That's why, for all of you so-calleds out there that say that Esau is not the so-called Caucasians, you stupid. Don't nobody speak like that. Don't no other nation speak the way that they speak. No other nation does that. No other nation controls every facet of the planet the way they do. Not one. But that's why we here. Hey, go to 1 Thessalonians. No. 2 Thessalonians. Chapter 2.
You want verse 4, sir?
Yes, sir. Let me start at verse 3.
Yes, sir. The book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first.
So the day of the Lord is not going to come. The day of the Lord that was prophesied from Moses to the prophets to Christ, that day of the Lord is not going to come until Israel fall away first. And if you can see, we have fallen away. You got Israelites, literal blood-born Israelites that come against us and tell us that we are crazy for saying that they are the greatest people on the planet. How you get mad at a black man telling another black man that he's the best? And when I say black, I'm talking about you so-called Hispanics as well, and you Native Americans. How does anybody get upset hearing you're better than everybody else? How? Read on.
And that man of sin be revealed.
That man of sin be revealed. That's what's happening now. We're revealing that man of sin. All of the prophets around the world are revealing who the man of sin actually is. And as the more we prophesy, the more stuff is going to happen. How else would you have an American president that gets in front of everybody and says, no, Egypt is going to take those people. They're going to do it. How much pride do you have to have? Honestly, how much pride do you have to have in order for you to look at right in the camera without blinking on they're going to do it? His toupee didn't even move. That's how strong he was in his sentence. His hairpiece stayed still. The hairpiece knew I'm not about to move until he says so. You understand? Hey, let's go to the second article.
Trump sets Iran deal deadline.
Oh, snap. So, we just read about Iran in 2nd Esdras 15. Trump, hey, do we have the proof from last week of what Trump did to Iran in 2020? Yep. I just need the proof. I think it was online.
You can pull it up. We just Googled it. It was the AI pulled it right up.
Yeah, just Google it. Just pull it up because Trump is now giving Iran a deadline. Now, let's see what the deadline is all about. Let's read that.
U.S. President Donald Trump has allegedly set a 2-month deadline for Iran to strike a new deal on its nuclear program with Washington. Multiple U.S. outlets, including CNN and Axios, have reported. Washington is also ready to resort to other measures should the diplomatic approach fail. U.S. Deputy National Security Advisor Brian Hughes has also told media outlets.
So this guy gave them an ultimatum.
Yes, ultimatum.
He gave them an ultimatum and said, look, you got 2 months to do this nuclear deal the way we want to do this nuclear deal. If you don't do it, we're doing things diplomatically now. If you don't do it, there will be consequences later. Imagine telling somebody that. Imagine how yes. Imagine how crazy you got to be. Now, the reason why we know that this deal ain't going to go through, we know that because the prophecy says so. But look at what's happening. Show that on the screen. Read that, Zadiah. On January 3rd?
On January 3rd, Qasem Soleimani, an Iranian major general, was killed by an American drone strike ordered by U.S. President Donald Trump near Baghdad.
Wait a minute. These people lost their major general. This guy was the number 2 guy in command of the entire country. He was beloved of his people. As a matter of fact, look up Axis of Resistance. I know I'm throwing some things at y'all. Axis of Resistance, Soleimani. Yeah, put Soleimani in there so we can get directly to it. What happens is yeah, let me see. Click that. All right, no, wait. Go back down. Read that.
Iran, Ali Khamenei, who has served as the supreme leader of Iran since 1989, has repeatedly defined the Islamic Republic government as a resistance government, i.e. against Western and Israeli influence. Qasem Soleimani played an important role in Iran's battle with ISIS in Iraq. He has been described as the focal point for bringing together Kurdish and Shia forces for the war against ISIS. Soleimani's achievements led to the creation of an axis of Shia influence throughout the Middle East centered on Iran.
So Soleimani was instrumental in forming what's known in the Middle East, so-called Middle East, as the axis of resistance. Hey, go back. Go back to that Google that you just pulled up. Go back to that Google you just pulled up.
Yeah, why are they looking for that? You got to think of the audacity of this guy. You bombed the number 2 guy, and now you're saying, yeah, y'all need to. Do he not realize that they getting their bombs together for them? They getting their bombs together literally for him. And you telling the people that you fly drones over there and you bomb the heck out of them. You saying, hey, y'all can't have bombs. Pretty much you don't protect yourself against us.
That's pretty much
That's what you're saying. Don't know. Y'all have no right to, but This is how I want y'all to defend yourselves against us. This is the pride of Esau. What's that note? Yeah, Obadiah.
Come on.
Let's get the book of Obadiah. I kept looking for that. Obadiah verse 3.
I got you. The book of Obadiah, verse 3. The pride of thine heart have deceived thee.
The pride of Esau's mind, he is deceived. He is clearly deceived. If they really think like the earth is giving it to the hand of the wicked, we understand that. But what he don't understand is these Carmanians, once they realize who they are and they come back to their nature, they're not trying to hear that anymore. Read on.
Thou that dwellest in the cliffs of the rock, whose habitation is high,
Watch this.
that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground?
Because they don't think that anybody can touch them. But what they fail to realize is there is a God. There is a God, and he will bring them down. The same way he did in Egypt, he raised them up to show his power and destroying them, is the same way Esau going to fall.
That's right.
Yep. Hey, so put that on the screen. Put that on the screen. Let's read that.
According to the Iranian media and officials, the Iranian Hourglass Festival, which celebrates Israel's imminent collapse, follows a secret plan launched in 2015 with the announcement by the Islamic Republic Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei to destroy Israel within 25 years.
They wanted to destroy Israel within 25 years. They said that it is going faster than the pace that it was set for. They have a plan. Iran has had a plan since 2015 to destroy Israel within 25 years. Keep on reading. Let's see who the leader of it was.
The strategy of uniting the axis of resistance, fronts, and proxies was devised by the Islamic Revolutionary Guard, Quds Forces General Qasem Soleimani.
Qasem Soleimani started the axis of resistance. He headed up the plan to destroy Israel within 25 years. And in 2020, Donald Trump assassinated this man.
And Cap, you know what he said? He said, hey, we had our shot. Yeah, I saw a shot. I had to take it. You know, he saw like it was a fadeaway. So, yeah, I saw the shot. I just had to take it. Like, dude, they let the red flag him. Yeah, you know, whatever. I just had to take the shot. Is what it is.
You understand? These folks, bruh, they got it on their mind. They got it on their mind. So go back to the article where Donald Trump said that he gave them an ultimatum. So think about this now. Think about this. You killed their leader. And then years later, supposedly going to give them an ultimatum to not make nuclear weapons. Or else we're going to use military force. Like, come on, bruh. They already know you killed their leader. You said it. Like Officer Micah said, I took a shot, had to take it. Saw it, took it. Successful. Swish. Nothing but net. Look at what's happening. Look at what's happening. All right, go back to during his first term at the White House.
During his first term at the White House, Trump unilaterally withdrew from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, the JCPOA, that facilitated dialogue around the Iranian nuclear program and reimposed sanctions against Tehran. 2 weeks ago, Trump confirmed he had sent a letter to Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, suggesting that negotiations be reopened and specifying a 2-month deadline.
Like, bruh, like, look at the pride of this man, bruh. Look at the pride of this man. Go to Isaiah 14. Bruh, these folk, bruh, look. Prophecies is coming to pass. The Bible is real. I had an idiot trying to challenge me on TikTok. Don't answer with the Bible. Use scholarly information. Go shut up and sit down somewhere. How about that? Go eat some cereal. You freaking midget. Isaiah 14 and 5.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 5. The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked.
Meaning the power of the wicked. Go ahead.
And the scepter of the rulers.
Uh-huh.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke.
That's what Donald Trump is planning on doing. If you don't bow down, they're going to sick their military on you. That's why the U.S. has been the powerhouse of the world for decades. All they got to do is say, look, we can handle this diplomatically, or we can go another way. And a lot of people ain't willing to test that other way. But we living in a time now where they got some indignant dragons, and they willing to test that way. They are willing to test it. Believe me. Read on.
He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth.
That's what they're going to start to say when the U.S. get hit. Dang, the ones that was straight up military actions, now look at them. This whole chapter going to the fall of America. The whole chapter. So they talking about an angel that disobeyed God and was still alive to tell a story. It don't happen like that. Think about it. We disobey God and we get killed. What the hell you think an angel gonna get? They don't know how to disobey God. It's not in them to do so. They listen. Even the demons listen. That's why y'all got to stop all that Roman Catholic stuff, bro. The Pope is not your father. Go back to the article.
The document was delivered by U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, to United Arab Emirates President Mohammed bin Zayed, who then handed it over to Iran. According to the reports, it is unclear if the deadline is tied to the moment the letter was delivered or to a potential start of negotiations.
Read.
President Trump made it clear to the Ayatollah Khamenei that he wanted to resolve the dispute over Iran's nuclear program diplomatically and very soon. And if this was not possible, there would be other ways to resolve the dispute.
Meaning militarily.
But here's what he doing. Cap. This is what he ain't banking on. Pull up BRICS. Who's a part of BRICS? You can't just roll up in BRICS and say, "Hey, look, this is what you finna do." This is what people don't understand. When they say "Make America Great Again," when was America great for Esau? When they were stealing, when they were killing, when they were looting. That's when it's great for them. When they ain't got to work for nothing, they just take what they want by violence. Now you telling the so-called sand Negroes, like, "Hey, look, you who's part of BRICS? Let's see who all up in there." Maybe I missed something.
All right. As of March 15, 2025, the BRICS group consists of 10 full members.
Okay, here we go.
Brazil, Russia, India, China,
come on,
South Africa,
there it is,
Egypt,
watch this,
Ethiopia, Iran.
Who?
Iran.
And who did he handle? Who did he hand a letter to when he ran up in there? The UAE. Who is that? Who's the UAE?
United Arab Emirates.
So you just gonna run up on them and say, "Look, man, y'all need to sell this, and y'all gonna do it my way." And they looking at you like, "Man, we got BRICS money." So you can like, "Yeah, it's gonna be great." No, it ain't great with them no more because they know what a lot of people don't understand is these other nations, they know the violent capacity of Esau. They understand it. They understand what Esau will do to them.
Yep.
So you want me to hand my weapons over?
Hey, go back to the article. Read that.
2 weeks ago, Trump told Fox News that there are two ways Iran can be handled: militarily, or you can make a deal.
Damn. That's it.
That's it.
He not. Look, this is The Apprentice on steroids. You either make a deal or you're fired. And the fire part come with me putting my military on you.
Right.
But see, they not banking on the prophecies actually coming to pass. 2nd Ezra 15 said that the Iranians and the dragons of Arabia, the rest of Ishmael, is going to come together and they going to jack Israel up.
That's right.
And it's going to force the United States to come into it. They're going to draw them in. Get that. Get that. But Jeremiah, 50 or 51? Telling y'all, these prophecies is coming to pass. If you not trying to repent and get your life right, I don't know what you're doing with yourself. 50:45.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord, that he had taken against Babylon.
Babylon in this context is talking about the United States of America. Whether you believe it or not, they are Babylon the Great. Just like Babylon was the greatest kingdom back then, America is the greatest kingdom today. Just like Babylon fell, America's going to fall. Read.
And his purposes, that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans.
That's America. Go ahead.
Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
The least of the flock is Israel. That's who the least of the flock is. When you look over there on the map, Israel is the smallest little country with the biggest influence. They own the media. They own the banking system.
Music industry.
The music industry. The religious industry. They own everything. And the least of the flock is going to draw America right into it. America going to come right out of their hole, and trust me, it is not going to be pretty. Telling y'all, this stuff right here, this is what you need to be focused on. Read on.
Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them.
The habitation that's going to be desolate is going to be a portion of the land of Israel and Babylon, the United States of America. So y'all better prepare yourself. Y'all better prepare yourself. Don't be up in here with this man versus woman culture that they starting to foster in America now. Mm-hmm. You got all these women talking about what they will and won't accept. Meanwhile, they running from rod to rod to rod. You got these men out here that's killing each other, that's doing drugs, trying to uphold a thug lifestyle with you caught in a trick bag. As soon as you get behind the walls, it ain't the same. How about be out and be free? How about be smart? Make smart cool again. How about that?
That's right.
How about we make intelligence the thing to achieve, the thing to go after, the goal to attain to? How about we make that intelligence? How about we make that spirituality? How about we make that becoming a prophet? Instead of being a rapper, be a prophet. The pay is a whole lot better. You understand? The pay is a whole lot better. And we see into the future. We talking about the future right now. We know exactly what's going to happen because the Bible told us. That was it on that article? Oh, keep on reading.
Right. Earlier in March, Khamenei slammed U.S. demands for nuclear talks as an attempt to exert their dominance and impose what they want instead of solving issues. He also rebuffed Trump's threat to use force.
Ooh-wee. Look, you're not going to kill his number two. They also did military strikes in Iran. Sent Amalek over there to try to jack them up. And then tell me I got 2 months to make a deal with you or else. Ooh-wee.
Plus the sanctions, Cap. They had sanctions on Iran, too.
You know what I'm saying?
And then they bombing the hell out of the Gaza Strip. So, yeah.
And yet, you want them to just bow down. The pride of their heart had deceived them. Their pride has deceived them. I'm telling you. You gotta look at this from a spiritual standpoint. What y'all see in this American bubble that we live in, That's not the real world. It's not. Being a streamer and being all on, that's not the real world. The real world is headed for destruction. Who was that? Public Enemy? You headed for self-destruction?
Yes, sir. I can get a scripture on that, Cap?
Yeah, go ahead. Do you think?
Give me Revelation chapter 18 and verse 4. Because that's what Cap is going into, that we have to come out of this mindset because the destruction of America is imminent. We don't know what day, but we know it's coming, and we have to get ourselves prepared spiritually. You want to go ahead and read that, sir?
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
That's what you hear. That's the word of God. That's the Bible. That's the Lord's prophets warning you, come out of the ways of America. Read.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
So you don't burn up with America and the fake Jews, the Israelis, when these nukes come. Read.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And that way you won't die with the rest of America once the judgment comes to this place. That's all I have.
Hey, that's what it is. So this is actually a video, but I want you to read the title.
Iran rejects U.S. accepts China invite for nuclear talks.
So China accepted the nuclear talk. Iran said, hell no. I mean, can you blame them?
No.
Can you blame them? I mean, look what we just did. We went back. That's why I went to the axis of resistance. That's why I pulled up the proof that Donald Trump is the one that assassinated their main general, the number 2 commander in all of Iran, a beloved man among his people, and he was murdered in cold blood by the same president that's trying to tell them, you better strike a deal with me or I'm going to strike you down. They really think that they going to win. I'm telling you, that's their mindset. That whole make America great again, the MAGA thing, that is geared to make them feel like they back in power.
Right.
But it's our job to bring these scriptures out day in and day out to make sure that the prophecies come to pass. All right, let's play this video.
Our main focus this week is what the whole world is focused.
So, yeah, was it KRS-One? Okay. I thought it was. Can't be sure. So, read that in Revelations 18 again.
You got it.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 4.
Uh-huh.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
You know what I like about that? Because it's talking about a nation. It's not talking about an individual. It's not talking about one-off person. It's talking about a whole nation that sinned against God and God's people. Read on.
Verse 5. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Guess what? The her is a nation of people. The her is a nation of people. When it says that they have remembered their iniquities, guess what? It's talking about the things that they did to the nation of Israel. It's talking about the idolatry that they have in this land, the fornication that they have in this land, the lies that they tell. Every single time somebody say it don't matter what the color of Jesus is, every single time that's an iniquity. Every single time. Why? Because the Bible said, believe on me as the scripture has said. Now you're telling me there's some part of the scripture that don't mean nothing, that doesn't matter. Meanwhile, they got all of this stuff about to pop off. Play that video.
Our main focus this week is what the whole world is focusing on. The UN Security Council held a closed-door meeting about Iran's nuclear program. Now, Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei is rejecting talks with the U.S. He calls it deception. This on one hand, and on the other, China will be invited to discuss Iran's uranium. A lot is revolving around Iran's nuclear capacity. We tell you more in this report.
Amid renewed US-Iran tensions, the global spotlight is once again on Iran's nuclear program. Last week, US President Donald Trump wrote to Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, once again citing Tehran's nuclear ambitions.
Now, we're down to final strokes with Iran. That's going to be an interesting time. And we'll see what happens. But we're down to the final moments. We're at final moments. Can't let them have a nuclear weapon.
Ooh-wee.
Iran.
Ooh-wee. That dude said we at the final strokes. We at the final moments. We can't let them have nuclear weapons. He said, I'm excited to see what's going to happen because he's excited because he think he's just going to utterly destroy them people over there. He thinks that he's going to do it. You think they ain't got spiritual advisors with a 1611 King James Bible and shows them the prophecies to come? You don't think that? You don't think that they watch us and see the knowledge and where it's going and how the waters are rising, and the fact that our leadership can go throughout every part of the Bible and bring it out and make it fit today? And then the stuff actually happens? You don't think they see that? Of course they do. They want to try to stop the prophecy, but it ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It have to happen this way because we have to be redeemed. We have to. And we got to make you look stupid. It's got to end with you looking like a dummy in front of everybody. It's got to happen.
Hey, Cap, something that it's very, very basic that they don't understand. When it talks about Ishmael, it says, he shall be a wild man. He doesn't fear death. He doesn't fear dying. He doesn't. For you to strap some boom boom to yourself and you're Allah Akbar and just, what can you do to a nation who is unafraid of dying? That's the question you really got to ask. Like, and they're like, okay, they probably like, you know how like some of y'all like y'all mute y'all telegrams, y'all be paying attention. That's how they are with them threats. They just mute the TV like, okay, whatever, Negro. We gonna do what we want. They don't care. They don't fear death.
Yep. And I think the reason why the U.S. and all of these other nations fear Iran, like, why would they pick them out of everybody? Like, why not Turkey? Why not Egypt? Why not the UAE? Why not Saudi Arabia? That dude, that prince in Saudi Arabia, he is no joke. And he ain't playing no games. Why all the focus on Iran? Because the scriptures talk about Iran. The Bible talks about Iran. The Bible tells you that they're going to start raging in wrath. The Bible tells you that the dragons of Arabia is going to start coming. The Bible say that. Keep on playing.
Trump's offer, stating that talks with Washington will yield no results, especially given the crippling sanctions on Iran.
Some bully governments insist on negotiations. Their negotiations are not aimed at solving problems, they aim at domination. Let's negotiate to impose what we want on the negotiating party sitting on the other side of the table. If they accept, all the better. If they don't accept, let's start a controversy, because they distance themselves from the negotiating table.
So he already see the plan coming.
Right, you see the play.
He already see the play. Like, I'm going to bring, the two of us going to come to the table, but it's not to have an agreement. It's to fall up under you, to fall up under your dominance. And if I don't fall up under your dominance, then I'm going to create a controversy. I want you to understand why he said that. He said the next step is to create a controversy, because much like what they do to us, public opinion gives Esau a clear conscience. As long as the public looks at you like you're the demon, they could kill, massacre, murder, rape, rob, and destroy you, and the whole country is going to sit back and applaud. Just like in early 2000s, every Arab was a terrorist.
I would say Taliban 2.0 right now.
Yeah.
That's what's coming.
Yeah.
Al-Qaeda 2.0.
Keep on playing.
Tehran has long denied any intention of developing a nuclear weapon. However, the UN atomic watchdog IAEA has warned that Tehran has dramatically accelerated enrichment of uranium to up to 60% purity, which is close to weapons-grade level of roughly 90%. Since his return to the White House, US President Donald Trump has been sending mixed signals to the Islamic Republic. On the one hand, by pledging to revive the maximum pressure strategy of his first term, and on the other, expressing a desire to pursue a verified nuclear pact with Tehran.
So they got a plan in place. And the Iranian president says, nah, bro, this is deception. I'm not going for it. I ain't going for it. We're going to continue to do what we do, and if y'all want it, come on, get it. Hey, go to the next article. Let's go. That's another video. Read the topic first.
Trump vows to annihilate the Houthis, Iran next.
Ooh-wee. He said we going to annihilate the Houthis and then Iran. You understand? Let's see what's going on.
Explosions light up the night sky over Yemen. Air raid sirens wail across Israel. U.S. President Donald Trump has issued a chilling ultimatum. Total destruction for the Houthis. As the U.S. intensifies its bombing campaign, the Houthis have fired yet another missile at Israel, sending millions of civilians racing for shelter. The war in West Asia is spiraling into dangerous new territory. Our next report telling you more.
American warplanes are relentlessly pounding Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen. Fighter jets scream overhead, unleashing precision strikes, targeting training camps, weapons depots, and command centers. The US says the offensive is meant to cripple the Iran-backed group's ability to disrupt commercial shipping in the Red Sea. On the ground, Sana'a burns. Entire neighborhoods reduced to rubble. Rescue work.
Hold on, real quick. So didn't they just say? Now you got to pay attention. Don't fall asleep and listen to these videos. They said they were bombing training sites, right? Didn't I heard that right? Correct. How the hell does that translate into now cities and parts of the towns are being bombed? Isn't that the same thing we saw when Israel and Gaza? They said, okay, we're bombing. Who are the people they were looking for? I can't remember. Hamas, right? Hamas turned into schools and hospitals real quick. They learn it from the same beast. They are the same. Same tactic. They learned it from their big brother. They doing the same thing.
Yep. That's why we got to understand that the same people that's doing this to them folks over there will do it to us. They've already done it to us.
Right.
You understand? Where's John 3:16? Where's John 3:16? Where there's neither Jew nor Greek. There's neither Jew nor Gentile. Where is it at? Where is it? Where is the love of Jesus now? Bring this up. Bring what we talking about. Bring this up to any Christian. Bring it up to any Christian. Let's see if they can talk the love of Jesus into their fellow man.
Cap, to your point, why are the Christian pastors speaking out against this? All this death and murder and war. This is a great time for them to come out. The Pope, all of these Catholics and Pentecostals, these Christian pastors come out, T.D. Jakes, and say, hey, this is wrong. We need to stop.
You know what the Negro say? Jesus wept.
Yep.
Now, the Negro say, man, I don't know them people like that. I don't know who that is. That's them. That's them. They ain't got nothing to do with me. Then the so-called Caucasians would be like, well, you have to stop certain people from doing certain things, and we just need to, as long. No, you're comfortable as long as America's in charge.
Right.
As long as America's in charge, you're comfortable. But guess what? They losing their grip. They're losing it. In terms that I like to talk, I like to watch movies. America is Sonny on The Godfather. Sonny, when The Godfather was ready to, he got shot, and then Sonny had to take over. That was Al Pacino's big brother. But when he took over, he was a hothead. He ain't listening to no counsel. He just wanted to go destroy everybody. And what happened? He got lit the hell up. Set up and lit up. That's what's going to happen to this here country. Play on.
Debris, searching for survivors.
American, Zionist, British, the triad of evil. We will not submit, we will not tire, and we will not give up.
Stop.
We stand with our leader.
I'm telling y'all, they said Americans, Zionists, and the British. That's all Esau.
Yep.
That's all Esau. Americans, Zionists, and the British.
Look at the fire in this dude's face.
Right.
The fire behind him, the destruction around him. These people, they gonna remember their nation.
Yep. What they say, you kill one and you make 1,000 more Hamas. You make 1,000 more Houthis. Because it is in their belief that they will, if they die a martyr, that they get the kingdom. So killing them, you're not threatening their life. Threatening their life is a good thing. You understand? You're doing them a solid by threatening their life. Yeah, do what you got to do. 70 virgins and the kingdom of heaven for me. That's what they believe. Meanwhile, you got Jake, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, with the actual creator of heaven and earth behind them. And you don't want to listen to what he say do. Come on, man. Come on, man. We got to change. We got to change. Hey, go to the next article. Because I know it's almost break time.
But to your point, Cap, I'm looking for the documentary on the Donald Trump documentary about how he's going to be remembered as a great president, because they said that he was going to bring America back and restore it, and I'm waiting to see how this thing plays out within the next couple of weeks, because they're gonna run him on Fox News, CNN all day long, claiming that he's doing a great thing for America. They're probably gonna do a documentary real soon.
He is. I'm gonna show you how they're gonna get John 10 and 10. This is gonna be his doc. This is the slogan for his documentary right here. This is this is how he's going to be remembered.
The book of John, chapter 10 and verse 10. The thief.
There we go.
Cometh not but for to steal.
But to do what?
But for to steal. And to kill.
And this is his resume right here. This is what he's doing. Then he come in and say, well, yeah, Gaza's bombed to hell. Let's set up, it's going to be great. Nice retirement homes, going to set up resorts and everything. They show the little AI. That's what they do. They come to steal, to kill, to do what else, Reed?
And to destroy.
And to destroy. That's how we going to remember. That's how Israel going to remember him. Micah 2 and 2. To covet fields, to take. That's what they do. Violence. That's the name of their game. That's how you're going to be remembered. But go ahead, Austin.
Well, that was on point. The scripture was plain, because that's really what it's all about. We have in the White House, there's pictures of each president. I don't know if y'all noticed now, there's a picture of each president in the White House who came before them. And they document how they actually did their presidency. This president will be known as the president who brought about the end of Iran. That's how they already painting it.
Yep. Joe Biden brought to pass the end of the female gender. Now you don't know who a woman and who not, because there's no such thing as a woman no more. Let's read this article.
European military powers work on a 5 to 10 year plan.
Oh, wait. I think I jumped ahead a little bit. That's the next part of the show. But anyway, look, stay tuned, because the other half of the show, put the thumbnail back up real quick. So we dealt with the indignant dragons. The next part of the show, we're going to deal with the autonomous horns. All right, y'all? So stay tuned, because with the autonomous horn, we're going to go through the definition of autonomous. It's not a normal Negro word. But what the horns what they got in place, I'm telling y'all, you don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Most High in Christ bless. Hey, it's your brother, Captain Mattathias, here on the set of Israel Live Top 5 Countdown. Hey, the time is almost up. We going live Monday at 9 p.m. But real quick, all right, we need everybody. We need everybody's assistance. We about to drop a QR code. All right, so we need everybody to scan that code and go cast your votes. All right, what we doing in the first episode? We're going to vote for your favorite top 5 videos of 2024. All right, we got the heavy hitters. We got We got Sons of Thunder. We got 12. We got Bishop Nathaniel. All right, we got everybody. All of your favorite hits, all of your favorite videos. All right, you get a chance to vote for your top 5, and we're going to cast them live on Monday at 9 p.m. All right, so this ain't a one-time thing. This is every week. Make sure you tune in. We got guests. We got interviews. We promoting original royalty. All right, so it's for the culture, and most importantly, it's for the people. It's for our people. All right, so hey, make sure y'all tune in. Shalom.
Going top 5, casting my vote, man, I got mine. Oh, bringing straight fire, that's big facts, and I can't.
Hey, Shalom Israel, it's Captain OC, and believe it or not, we were going to have the land blitz tomorrow originally, but the spirit of grace came upon the bishops and deacons, and it has been moved to April 20th. Now, we do appreciate you that have made your donations. You sent in your checks. You sent in your money orders. You already done your pledge. We appreciate you. But those that have not either made your pledge or sent in your donation, you can still do so. IUIC.nationhood@israelunite.org. And remember, y'all, we blitzing for the land. It is not over. We are still blitzing for the land. We are looking for land blitz business sponsors during our Land Blitz fundraiser. If you want to showcase your business and highlight your business during the biggest event of the year, now is the time to do it. Send us an email at social.media@israelunite.org. Shalom. Hey, Shalom Israel.
Hey, Shalom Israel, Most High in Christ bless. My name is Captain Shem, IUIC New Orleans. Help us to grow. YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, hit the bell notification. And now it's even easier, y'all.
Hey, and also part of New Orleans Camp, we got the community cleanups, cleaning up our neighborhood one at a time.
What y'all waiting for? Subscribe.
What are you waiting for? Subscribe!
There's so much wrong going on in the world, but somehow we keep it all smile.
Subscribe and follow us on all social media accounts. We got TikTok, we got Twitter, we got Rumble, and YouTube. Make sure y'all follow IUIC New Orleans. Shalom.
Hey, also, we got flyer missions every day and also camp videos. Check us out, IUIC New Orleans.
So remember, go to our YouTube page, subscribe, like, share, and don't forget the QR code. When the QR code comes out, don't forget to take your phone out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why isn't it done? Shalom, Israel.
Just to have a good time. That's what we say. All praises to the Most High. All praises.
Hey, donate to the Booster Club. Donate to the Booster Club. All right, we need the donations. Why? Because we have work to do. We got work to do. With all of this stuff that's going on, guess what? We still got to go teach Israel. We still got to go find our people in these scattered lands and teach them the word of God. We need to get there. You understand? We need to get there. It's only going to happen by the faith of the people. All right? When we buy into the faith of God, that's when stuff starts happening. All right? So, go back to the thumbnail. This part of the show is about the autonomous horns. Now, pull up the definition of autonomous. Autonomous. AUTONOMOUS.
All right. Autonomy, the right or condition of self-government.
Next.
Number 2, in Catholic moral philosophy, the capacity of an agent to act in accordance with an objective morality rather than under the influence of desires.
More definitions?
Freedom from external control or influence, independence.
There you go. That's the one we wanted. Freedom from external control or influence. Guess what? The 10 horns get their power and their influence from the beast. Let's go to Revelation 17. Read verse 11.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
And the beast that was and is not.
So the beast that was in your vision but is not currently in existence at that time. Go ahead.
Even he is the 8th.
The 8th head. Read.
And is of the 7.
He of the 7. Why? Because he came from the 7 major Esau kingdoms. Read.
And goeth into perdition.
And he goes into destruction. Go ahead.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings.
The 10 horns represent the EU or NATO. Go ahead.
Which have received no kingdom as yet.
They didn't receive no kingdom as yet. Read.
But receive power as kings 1 hour within the beast.
They receive power from the beast. What power did they receive? Jump on over. Oh, matter of fact, keep on reading.
Verse 13.
Yep.
These have one mind.
They have one mind.
And shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
The beast is the U.S. Those 10 kings are NATO, the 10 horns, the EU. Guess what? The EU gives the U.S. resources. The U.S. gives the EU protection. NATO is the military hand of the United States in the Eastern Hemisphere. That's how the U.S. uses NATO. They use them to demolish nations. Now, what you gonna do when your gun is turned on you? What you gonna do when your gun thinks for itself? Read on.
These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful.
We're the ones that's with him. And they're going to make war with Christ. But like I said, it said they received power. What power did they receive? Jump over to chapter 18. Read verse 9.
Book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning.
because they live deliciously. How did they live deliciously? Read verse 11.
Verse 11. And the merchants of the earth shall wail and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore.
Because the trade has now ceased. The U.S., they shuttle all of them boats back and forth. Why do you think Donald Trump said they're going to take back the Panama Canal? The shipping crisis. Who the one that had the power to stop it? Who gives people their resources? It's the U.S. Oh, good old America. Now let's go to the article.
European military powers work on 5 to 10 year plan to replace U.S. in NATO. FT reports.
Ooh-wee. Do you understand what they just said? It said that they're coming up with a 5 to 10 year plan to replace the U.S. in NATO. Bruh, the U.S. owns NATO. Then Donald Trump say, hey, they don't pay, they don't get protection. This guy's going, I'm telling you, it's looking like he is going to usher in the last stage of what the prophecies have to come.
That's right.
He is just the right person to start Jacob's trouble. He is just the right person to financially strap the whole country. He is just the right person to piss the whole world off. Just the right person. That's why we got to get our minds right. Let's read that.
March 20th, Reuters, Europe's biggest military powers are drawing up plans to take on greater responsibilities for the continent's defense from the U.S., including a pitch to the Trump's administration for a managed transfer over the next 5 to 10 years. The Financial Times reported on Thursday.
Damn. It said they're drawing up plans to take on greater responsibilities for the continent's defense from the U.S., meaning, don't worry about it, we'll take it from here. You don't tell me that. I tell you that. You don't tell that to the U.S. The U.S. tells you that. That's how they feeling. You understand? Read on.
The UK, France, Germany, and the Nordics are among the countries engaged in the informal but structured discussions. The newspaper reported, citing 4 European officials involved.
Ooh-wee. So they already having talks. It's not official like they have a whole meeting, but it's enough to where they can say, look, they trying to phase y'all out. And you know what that means? Without the military arm of NATO, then that means that the U.S. can't just take over stuff no more. I mean, they strong, but you ain't fighting the world, Craig. You are not fighting the world. It ain't about to happen like that. Your military is already spread too thin. And half of them don't know what gender they are. They got stress cards. They fat now. They undisciplined, don't train, full of hair weave and eye extensions. How they going to protect anybody?
Yeah, I've never seen it this bad. You can actually, if you use like Twitter or Instagram or TikTok, they actually have U.S. soldiers on there. I just joined so I could just get school money, or I just joined so I can have this type of surgery. Like they're not focused on being a soldier. They're not. You don't see. I mean, maybe it's not mainstream over here in Babylon, but you don't see Russia soldiers on there doing that. When you see them, they marching, they at the range, they doing combatives. Not over here. They talking about, being metrosexual and getting their eyebrows and stuff done.
Yep.
And to your point, they're doing it in the snow. We can't even be uncomfortable. We can't go a day without air conditioning. We can't go a winter without heat. Those guys trained in the bitter cold intense, ready for battle.
You know them punches hurt.
They ain't got no lotion on, hard, ashy hands.
Bruh, you ever had a fight in cold weather? Your hands be hurting. And they do this repeatedly.
Right.
So imagine they go down where it's warm at. They're going to demolish faces. You understand? Go to the next article.
The previous story showed you how Europe is scared, but many in the continent are also angry. I'm talking about ordinary people, your average Joe, or I suppose your average Johan. Either way, ordinary Europeans are angry, and not just at Russia, but increasingly also at America. And this is thanks to US President Donald Trump. Trump's stance on Ukraine has upset some Europeans. They feel it's a betrayal of Western values to support Putin over Zelensky. And that's one reason for the anger, but perhaps the bigger reason is Trump's trade war. Donald Trump has threatened to impose tariffs on everyone. He has already done it to Canada and Mexico. He has tariffed steel and aluminium from everywhere, but things are about to get worse. New tariffs are set to arrive on the 2nd of April, and it's likely that no one will be spared, no matter how closely they're linked to the US. They will face American tariffs, and this has hurt the Europeans, who see the tariffs as a betrayal of the Western alliance. Ordinary people, of course, cannot influence geopolitics, not directly at least, but they can exercise the power of their wallets. An average person can still make their frustration felt by choosing to boycott American goods, and that's exactly what the Europeans seem to be doing. They're boycotting American brands or products made in the US, and leading the charge are the Nordic countries. Denmark, of course, right up front. The Danes are especially angry because of Trump's tariffs, his approach to Ukraine, and Greenland. Greenland, as you would know, is an autonomous Danish territory, but Trump wants to take it over. This has angered ordinary Danish citizens, so they're finding ways.
So Greenland, go back to the tin horns. So you got these nations here, right? Many of them are autonomous from the U.S. They really don't. They need U.S. Military backing, but they don't really need them, like talking about as of right now, to run their country. Greenland is like a safe space. You know what I'm saying? One of those green zones. Now the U.S. wants Greenland. And we think, damn, what the hell is up there? Ain't nothing but snow and ice. Yeah, you would think. Why they looking at Greenland? Same reason why they're looking at Mars. They know that destruction is coming. They won't try to flee. They won't try to go somewhere. They want a foothold somewhere because there's always a plan in action for them. Right. They never just take on action for nothing. They never just take an area over for nothing. Everything is calculated. So they're looking at Greenland and what Greenland has to offer, and they're like, all right, we're going to get a foothold. We're going to get a stronghold in Greenland. And if it go down, that's where we're going to go. Telling you, that's what these folks doing. Go back to the video.
Back. Denmark's biggest supermarket chain is helping with the boycott. It has come up with a simple identification system, a black star on its price tags. The star means that a product is made in Europe. It's as simple as that. The supermarket still stocks American goods. They haven't been removed, but the star system makes boycotting US goods easier. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. You have new apps coming out allowing people to scan products and determine if they're European.
Damn.
Then there are
So they got a system now where it could tell you, yeah, this is US made, this is European made. And now they're going to stop buying European things. Say you something a little about supply and demand. You send over a supply of supplies, whether it be goods or whatever the case may be, food, spices, whatever. You send, I'm going to use a small number, you send $10,000 worth of supplies to Europe. You're hoping that they would sell it for $30,000. You make $10,000 off of it. They make $10,000 off of it, and you have covered your budget. Now, They stop buying your $10,000 worth of product. How you gonna get money, and what you gonna do next time that you want to send some product over there? Ain't no money, because ain't nobody gonna buy it. So what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna start to lose money. You're gonna start to go bankrupt. And when Esau starts to go bankrupt, when you start playing with their money, they get antsy. And they want to hurt people. They want to go to war. Telling y'all, this stuff is getting deep. This stuff is getting deep. And I'm going to have to go back and watch that movie called Greenland. I got to go back and watch it. Because they talking about it, I know they got something in it. I don't know what. We're going to find out. Go back to the video.
And communities, Facebook groups with tens of thousands of members, all discussing ways to boycott the US. And I know it is ironic, boycotting American goods on Facebook, which is an American social media giant. The groups know this too. But they say nothing else gives them as much reach. This is how.
But that's important, though. That's what she just said. She said, I know it's kind of crazy. You boycotting American things on an American platform, but that's the only way that they can get their reach out there. Because every country got the internet and every country got Facebook. How else you going to reach your people? They control the media. You can't even communicate across the countries without the U.S. saying so. You understand? You ain't going to jump on Loop Maker. They don't even know what the hell that is. In order to do a boycott, it's got to be some sort of mass communication going on. The message has to get there in order for the boycott to be successful. You don't have everybody in the world phone number. You gotta communicate somehow, but the U.S. owns your way of communication. Go ahead.
Boycott movement is growing in Europe. It follows a similar movement in Canada.
There's an enormous Buy Canada, enormous Buy Local movement on the go. It's not a big marketing company coming up with an idea. It's grassroots, it's organic, it's from Canadians themselves, and that's what we have to grasp is how big this movement is. It's kind of swept across the country overnight by itself.
But the crazy thing is, this is what Trump did his first term. Buy American, get American jobs, buy an American car, buy American goods. You know what I'm saying? They was doing this before. Like it's the same playbook with different countries now doing it. Now the other nations is doing it to the U.S. when the U.S. started doing it first. Go to the next article. What this is, article number 7. So this right here is what the last article was talking about when it said they're upset because Trump is siding with Putin over Zelensky. So y'all saw what happened with Zelensky. He got up in the office and got a little bored. And now he going with Putin to hash stuff out, and people don't like it. Remember, they was already saying that Donald Trump and Putin had something going on behind the scenes a few years ago.
Right.
Now he's the president. Now he laughing and joking with him. He done pulled the troops out of Ukraine, told Zelensky, you solve your own problem. Because, see, Biden was there to do the agenda from the 90s. Trump is the wild card. I think he going off the reservation.
He do what he feel like.
Yeah, I don't think he doing what everybody else wanted him to do. I think he kind of going off.
He said it, Cap. He said, look, the reason you lasted as long as you did, this guy, this idiot, he just called, like, this dude don't give a damn. This idiot is giving you money, and it's just, but you're done. All right, you're done. I'm like, yo, this dude, like, he just straight up told him, like, look, just sit down. You're done. You got nothing left.
Yep. You're in no position to tell us what we're going to feel. You're in no position. You've allowed yourself to get bent over. All right. We're not the ones bending over. You are. You wear a dress. You're a failed comedian. That dude ain't got no hold bars, bro. Go ahead, read that article.
Trump Putin call, what they agreed to and what's next for Ukraine war.
Ooh-wee. Let's see.
Putin agreed to a 30-day hold of attacks on energy infrastructure during a call with Trump, but did not agree to an imminent ceasefire. Immediate ceasefire. Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Russia and Ukraine are trading blame for continued airstrikes on civilian targets in Ukrainian regions. Sumy and Dusnik, and on energy targets in Russia, Krasnodar, since Russian President Vladimir Putin agreed to a 30-day hold on attacks on energy infrastructure targets in Ukraine following a phone call with the United States President Donald Trump on Tuesday.
So the reason why he wants those attacks to stop on the energy infrastructure is because the Ukraine got resources that the U.S. wants. If you blow up the energy infrastructure, you could affect those resources that I want. So I need you to chill out for a little bit, all right? So I can come in and do my thing. And then after I do my thing, look, you're free to do whatever you want to do. Because I don't want the land. I just want what's in the land. Read on.
So will the halt on energy attacks be the first step to securing peace in Ukraine, or was it merely a stalling tactic to let the war drag on? Here is what we know so far.
They don't care about the war because they're not the ones that started it. They're not the ones that started it. They don't care about the war. And none of you so-called black folks should care about the war over there in Ukraine either. Go back and look at what they was doing to African students when the war popped off.
Bring it up.
Look what they was doing to black people when the war popped off. Looking at, oh, it's so sad. I didn't see nothing sad at all. You got into the bed with the devil, and that's the payoff. Read on.
What did Trump and Putin agree to? What did they not agree to? Trump and Putin had a lengthy telephone call in which they discussed the ongoing Russian war with Ukraine. Following the call, the White House and the Kremlin announced that the two leaders had agreed on a 30-day pause on attacks on energy infrastructure targets in Russia and Ukraine. However, Putin stopped short of agreeing to cease missile, drone, and bomb attacks in the Black Sea and across the front line.
Why? Because there are military strongholds in the Black Sea. Pull up the Black Sea. Y'all got pictures. I know y'all do. There's military strongholds in the Black Sea. There's a reason why they want that water passage. Just like there's a reason why Amalek want to extend open the canal. They want to get into the Mediterranean Sea. Why? Because it takes trade from the Indian Ocean all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. So you could just zoom in right there on the Black Sea. Yep. So you see Ukraine right there. They want, go back to the article. Chum only. However,
Putin stopped short of agreeing to cease missile, drone, and bomb attacks in the Black Sea and across the front line.
Go back to the map. He said he's not ceasing missile, drone, and bomb attacks in the Black Sea. You want to know why? Because there's a waterway from the Black Sea all the way over past that little part of Turkey. Then you go on over there by the east coast of Greece, right there to the Aegean Sea, and which leads you right into the Mediterranean. That's a huge trade route. You could get supplies in and out. And if you control that, you can siege somebody. You can besiege the Ukraine. You can besiege Russia. You can stop all of these little places. Why? Because you control where the goods go and get shipped from. Zoom in to Istanbul. It's right there you go. Yeah. Zoom in a little more. So right there, you see Istanbul. Istanbul, right there, is a waterway. So boats can get past from the Black Sea and go into the Aegean Sea. And then from the Aegean Sea, they go right down into the Mediterranean. Imagine that you had control of that whole thing. Bro, you can get everywhere. You can get everywhere. You got control of the Panama Canal. You got control of these different waterways. You got control. That's why he said, I'm not ceasefiring over there because y'all not about to come set up on me. Go to Russia and the U.S.
Russia and the U.S. said they would begin talks on the terms for a ceasefire in the Black Sea. There were some differences between the statements released by the White House and the Kremlin, leading to uncertainty among observers and analysts. In particular, Russian included several demands in its statement while the White House made no reference to them.
Go ahead.
There is a lot we don't know because there's a difference between what the White House and the Kremlin have reported from this call.
So y'all thought y'all was going to hear the truth? Y'all thought they was going to say what really was said on that phone call? Come on now. It may look like Donald Trump is really cool with Putin, but don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted at all. This country is prophesied to die, to get set ablaze by those nations over there. You understand? Don't think that they just going to link up and form some. Russia is part of BRICS. They're not the same. They're not on the same team. They're not on the same side. They do things in order to keep their power. That's it. That's the one thing we ain't reached as a people. How to keep our power. Put aside all of the beefs and go against that one. Muhammad Ali did it. He did it on the show. Him and I think it was Joe Frazier. And it was on the show, and the Edomite was trying to make them fuss with each other. He was like, hold on, no, we're going to come at you. You are our enemy. We'll put our stuff to the side for right now and attack you. And he was confused. Like, oh, what do you mean? Nah, what you mean? Don't y'all do that to us? Y'all put aside all of y'all differences. Let's get these Negroes down. Let's get these Negroes oppressed. Let's take from them. Let's make sure that they never rise up against us. And we'll get back to our little beef later. They know how to do that. Read on.
Keir Giles, a senior consulting fellow at the London-based Chatham House think tank, told Al Jazeera, at the moment, peace seems further away as a result of Russia's additional demands.
Which means that was a little more said on that call than they just led us to believe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He said peace is kind of far away because Russia wants some stuff. What you mean? Remember what Putin said from the jump. Don't encroach eastward. He didn't say that he was going to leave Ukraine. Trump didn't ever say that. He didn't say they was going to leave Ukraine and back NATO up. Nah, because remember, they just got Finland as a part of NATO. And they just, hey, go back to the map. It was Finland and somebody else. The one that shows Europe. Because there's or either that or pull up who just joined NATO. Because I know it was Finland. Finland joined. And then when you look at Finland's proximity to Russia, talking about NATO. Yeah. I need a map. Need a map. There you go. There you go. Norway, Finland, and Sweden. So look at the light blue means they're seeking NATO membership. The blue means that they are NATO members. Russia did not want them to encroach eastward. And look what they're doing. Encroaching eastward. That's got to be part of his demands. Stop encroaching eastward. Stop encroaching eastward. Y'all getting too close to my borders. Imagine Russia had Cuba, Jamaica, and Mexico as military strongholds. They'll lose their damn mind. United States will try to blow up the whole world just to get Russia from off their back. They're right in our backyard. They're 60 miles away. Y'all own their border, though.
Because what a lot of people, they are failing to understand. Who is supplying Ukraine with the weapons? Who's supplying them? The U.S. So Putin's justified in his anger. He's saying, hey, granted, let's say, because they sent troops over there too, so you can't even say that. He could literally probably on any day walk out there and pick up expended brass or whatever from U.S.-made weapons in Ukraine. So he already knows.
Yep. Hey, put this map up there. See, I knew what I was talking about. So Finland did join NATO. They are part of NATO since 2023. They joined NATO, which means they are right on Russia's border. That's got to be part of his demands. That was part of his demands years ago. Years ago. We got to understand that these things are happening for a reason. They are happening for a reason. Go back to the article.
What did the White House say? The White House statement is shorter than that released by the Kremlin and does not spell out the demands made by Putin to achieve a complete ceasefire.
Hey, it is what it is, man. They not going to have this. There is no peace. Do we say peace to the Middle East? Ain't no peace no more. Mm-hmm. Go to article number 8. Let's get old sons of Ishmael. All right, let's see what's happening.
Houthis claim missile launch at Israel amid renewed fighting in Gaza.
They say, yeah, we the ones that did that. Yeah, we did that. We claim that one. Go ahead.
Yemen-based group says hypersonic missile fired on Ben Gurion Airport in second attack after Israel breaks Gaza ceasefire.
They broke the ceasefire. They broke it. Hey, you know what's crazy? Trump just pulled some records that said that Amalek had something to do with JFK's assassination. Amalek had something to do with JFK's assassination. So, thank these people out here with the love of Jesus if you want to. Go ahead.
The Houthis have launched a hypersonic missile attack at Israel's Ben Gurion Airport, days after the Israeli army broke a ceasefire in Gaza. The Yemeni group said the Yemeni armed forces carried out a qualitative military operation targeting Ben Gurion Airport in the occupied Jaffa region with a Palestine 2 hypersonic ballistic missile.
They have hypersonic missiles, which means it doesn't go on a normal trajectory. And that's the ones that they can't stop. So they have military operations going on right now. We over here is what? 11 o'clock where we at? It's early in the morning over there. They just getting the day started. They waking up to bombing. They waking up to gunfights. They waking up to shooting. They waking up to killing. They waking up to debris. They waking up to war. And we over here arguing about a man bringing home 6 figures for a woman that ain't got 6 cents. What are we doing with ourselves? Let's take a step back and look at what's happening. Let's read on.
The Israeli military said it intercepted. He said the operation successfully achieved its objective without elaborating. It was the second such attack since the United States began a new campaign of air raids against the rebels earlier this week.
Oh yeah, you know, some of their achievements or some of their objectives is just to see the defenses of Israel. That's it. They don't really need to have, like when they sent all of them bombs and missile attacks over there last time, they said it was just a show of force, just to show y'all that we can touch y'all. They said, yeah, but only 6 missiles got through. Yeah, but we don't care.
And they not only that, Cap, they sent the weakest missiles they had.
Exactly.
6 of those got through.
Yep. Imagine if they send some of the big boys. They're going to waste a portion of the land of the Assyrians. Go ahead.
The Israeli military said it intercepted the missile before it entered into the country's territory early on Thursday.
Yeah, they would say that. Go ahead.
Sirens sounded in several areas in Israel after the projectile was fired, the military said in a post on Telegram. The Israeli police said sirens were heard in Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Israel's ambulance service said no serious injuries were reported.
Look, they're not even going to tell you if there was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They're not going to tell you if there was. Go to number 9. They ain't going to tell you if there was. Matter of fact, nah, because that one is like 28 minutes and I don't got no timestamps. Go to number 10. Number 10. See that face? Just put his face on the screen. You see how he fits his mouth? It's just got to happen, you know. The European Union, they have to pay. If they don't pay, then we're going to tell those guys that they have to get their money up. And if their money doesn't get up, then Russia's you're going to hand them. Play it.
The European Union is very, very nasty. So we sell no cars to Europe. I mean, virtually no cars. And they sell millions of cars to us. They don't take our agriculture, we take their agriculture. It's like a one-way street with them. The European Union is very, very nasty. They sue our companies. Apple was forced to pay $16 billion on a case that, very much like my cases that I won. They shouldn't have been even cases, but we felt they had no case, and they ended up having an extremely favorable judge and decision. But they're suing Google, they're suing Facebook, they're suing all of these companies, and they're taking billions of dollars out of American companies, many more than the ones I just mentioned. And I guess they're using it to run Europe or something. I don't know what they're using it for, but...
Stop. So remember, they said that they're starting a 5 to 10 year plan to phase out America in the EU. I mean, in NATO. Like, look, we'll take it from here. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, we're going to sue the hell out of you first. We're going to get the money the legal way. And then after that, we're going to start to put our money where our military is. So that way, when we need to, we can go ahead and overthrow you. This is the age where you're not going to last forever. You're not going to last forever. You're going to last a very short time. Then you're going to get destroyed, and the Lord is going to come back. And like Elon Musk himself said, it's going to usher in another dark age. So how he know that? How he know it's going to be another dark age? I'm telling you, these dudes, they working with demons. They got information. You understand? They got information. But all of this is to show y'all that we have to repent. All of this stuff that's going on, they're getting close. We just read in Revelation 17 that the 10 horns was going to go against America. Matter of fact, we ain't get to it. Go to 17. Revelation 17, start at 15. Because we showed you that the 10 horns got their power from America. But now, let's see. Let's see what's going to happen with them 10 horns.
The book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, are people and multitudes and nations and tongues.
So when you saw that whore sitting on waters, it's talking about America being over the nations, over the peoples, over the kindreds. That's why in a lot of places they speak English. A lot of places they're forced to be bilingual at the very least. They have to speak English, especially if they're educated. You go into their educational system like in South America. If they're educated and they're going to a public school, they speak English. They speak English. But if they're not really in public school like that and they live off in the interior of the country, they ain't going to really speak English. But if you're educated by public education in a lot of these countries, you're going to speak English. Because eventually you're going to want to come to America and finish out your college, start you a new life, bring money back to your family from good old US of A. Read on.
Verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
They're going to hate the whore. They're going to hate the United States of America. They're going to hate Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And shall make her desolate.
How they going to make her desolate? By nuclear fire. Go ahead.
And naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
What's that fire? That nuclear destruction. They're going to hate the whore. They're going to turn against her, and then they're going to attack the whore. And ain't nothing nobody could do about it. Y'all better listen to the men in purple. Y'all better listen to them. They not lying. You could not agree. It's fine. But you can't say that they're wrong. You can't say that they're lying. Can't say that. You could disagree. People disagree with us all the time. Show me the truth. Can't do it because we're speaking the truth.
That's right.
You just don't like it. Read on.
Verse 17. For God had put in their hearts to fulfill his will.
That's why we know what's going to happen, because God put it in their hearts. God is controlling Trump right now. God is controlling Elon Musk right now. All of this stuff that's starting, God is behind all of that. They're being manipulated. Our father is Geppetto and they are Pinocchio. Read on.
And to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast until the words of God shall be fulfilled.
Until everything is fulfilled. That's all we're waiting on. We're waiting on prophecy to be fulfilled. And then the end is going to come. In the meantime, between time, we need to get our minds right, Israel. We need to get our minds right. Don't put your head in the sand. We have a job to do. We got to look. Matter of fact, get Mark 13:33. We put this scripture with a lot of times when we share news and we share this scripture.
The book of Mark, chapter 13, verse 33. Take ye heed, watch, and pray.
Take heed. Watch and pray. What are you supposed to be watching? Current events, the news, things that feed your brain. Captain Shem say it all the time. Look at other news sources. Don't look at these Americanized news sources. You ain't going to get half the information. You're not. You're not. I found most of this information because I know these alternative articles and these alternative medias. You Google some of this stuff, it's going to favor them. You're not going to get the truth. Just like people try to disprove us and go to Google. Jesus Christ ain't black. Look, go to a Google picture of Jesus Christ. Come on, man. You know it's going to be a damn Caucasian.
Right.
You know it's going to be a Caucasian. Meanwhile, we're reading it out the book. But you don't want to believe it, though. But it's all right. You will believe it. You will. It will happen. You understand? So, we got anything else before we shut it down? I'm going to do that. Just want, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But look, that's pretty much our show. See this right here? We need to boost the club. We need y'all to donate. We need you to donate. This thing right here is so serious because we have mission after mission after mission. Y'all know y'all be seeing it sitting there in Sabbath class, or y'all might see it on YouTube where the prophets are gone. The bishop just did a book about where he went. The history of our people that's way on the other side of the earth. He was only able to do that through the efforts of the Booster Club. You understand? This is how group economics helps the prophecy come to pass. When we come together as a group, as a whole, we got $1.8 trillion in buying power. I know we got the money. Black people are not broke. Not for what you want. When you want what you want, you find the money for it. So find the money to help support the troops. All right? So, we have any closeout media or anything like that? Okay, all right, all praises. Well, look, shout out to Captain Shem. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Officer Yasser. Shout out to all of IUIC New Orleans. Shout out to the bishops, the deacons, the captains, the officers, the soldiers, the men of valor. Look, everybody plays a role. The sisters, the children, everybody plays a role in bringing forth the kingdom of heaven. All right? Like the scriptures say, the kingdom of heaven is within us. It's not going to come with just sitting there looking. It takes action. All right, y'all? So with that, I'm Captain Matt.
Officer Micah.
Officer Zadiah.
This has been Precept Upon Precept, and we say shalom.
There's a special place that I like to go with nobody's home to increase my understanding, my daily bread that amazing. I'm talking about precepts, precept on precept, line upon line. Precept on precept, line upon line. Fire, babe. I can't keep explaining, can't study for you.